Hi, it's Moonbay. I kind of just wanted to make a video really quickly about something that happened to me that was actually really scary. Well, this happened about 2 days ago. It was nighttime, so I know I shouldn't have been going out for a walk by myself. But I did anyway because, well, whatever. I was in a really good mood and I kind of just felt really energetic, and I just thought, hey, why don't I go for a walk, get that energy out or whatever. I kind of felt like I was going to be safe just because the street lights were very bright, and there were cars literally everywhere. So I was like, no one's going to try something when there's like literally witnesses left and right, which, I mean, that's a foolish thought because some people honestly don't care. Some people literally do whatever they want whenever they want just because they have that sense of entitlement. But whatever. So I'm walking down the street and this guy's checking his mail. So as I'm passing him, he says, "Hey girl," which, well, one, I'm not going to respond to someone who's saying "hey girl" to me because that's just disrespectful. That's not how you talk to someone. And two, I also was very absent-minded. My mind was kind of racing. I was just kind of being very optimistic about the future. That's one way I like to manifest. I like to, go for a walk and just think about all the great things that are coming my way. So I didn't really notice or pay attention to him at all whatsoever. Plus, it was nighttime, so if a stranger is trying to have a conversation with me at night, no, I'm not gonna be like, yes, what would you like? Like, that makes no sense. Stranger danger is a thing, but whatever. So I continue walking and I heard him start to sort of mumble underneath his breath about how, oh, hey, so you want to ignore me? That's how we are then? Okay, fine, stuff like that. Still at that point, I still didn't necessarily think he was talking to me, but a part of me was kind of like, oh, maybe he's upset because I didn't respond, but whatever. So I continue walking. Everything felt totally okay. I never turned around to check to see if he was trailing me, which probably was my first mistake. But whatever. So at one point I'm turning the corner and my home is like, I can see it. It's like a couple of steps ahead of me. So I kind of kept walking and I heard some leaves crunch behind me. So a million red flags went off at that point. I was very like, what in the heck? I turned around and surprise, surprise, it was that same guy. I turned back around and started walking faster. And when I turned back around and started walking faster, I heard him say, "Oh, so you're gonna keep ignoring me? Okay then." Which, that is very horrifying. That's like some psychopath talk. Like, but whatever. I sped up, but my intuition was definitely saying, don't run, don't run, don't run, which makes sense because, well, I'm shorter, my legs are like this big, so I mean, he would have probably caught up to me very quickly and very easily. So I just kind of kept speed walking to the max, as fast as I could go without jogging, pretty much. And, well, his entire shadow like engulfed me and engulfed my own shadow. And that's when I was like, yo. So I turned around and he was right there. He was right behind me. He was so close that we were practically touching. So I took a few steps back because he froze when I turned around. I also kind of froze because I was shook. And I was like, what do you want? He told me he just wanted to talk. I was just confused. I was like, so you followed me all the way home because you wanted to talk? And he was like, yeah. At this point, he clearly could tell that I was shaking. My voice was also shaking. And he was like, why are you afraid to talk to me? And I was like, that just felt like a meme. Like, I was just so confused. I was like, does he really not understand why I'm afraid right now? Or does he simply just not care that I'm afraid? Because, like, you followed me home. It's nighttime. You were taller than me. Like, why wouldn't I be afraid? Why would I be excited? But whatever. So I asked him how old he was just because, well, he was acting pretty immature. So, like, why not find out, I guess. He also looked like he was 2. So he was 15 actually, which is hilarious. Because as an adult, I was like, this is so embarrassing that I have to like pretty much run from a teenager. Like, why did he think it was okay to do this? Like, clearly he was used to behaving this way. You know what I mean? Because if he wasn't used to this, then he wouldn't have done it. But whatever. So I just kept walking after he told me he was 15. Well, not like if he was older, I would have given him attention anyway, because you don't do that. You don't follow someone if they're uninterested. If someone doesn't want to talk to you, you leave them alone. I don't know, kind of just had a feeling that he was a kid. But whatever. I kept going, and as I continued, I was very close to home by now, so he didn't continue following me, obviously, because he probably thought, hey, I was going to get inside and call the police, or I was going to let someone else in my household know he was outside. So he just kind of stayed where he was, but from where he stood, he continued to call out to me and say really controlling, really uncomfortable things like, I don't know what you're doing. Why are you walking away from me? I'm not done talking to you. Come here, girl. Girl, come here. Like, stuff like that. And I was just like, why is our world like this? Like, why do people do stuff like that? Why do people think stuff like that is okay? Because it's not. Like, what the heck? But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to rant about that. Mostly, I kind of want to focus on the positives and not too much of the negatives, because no, nothing happened. I just really wanted to get this energy out there, because yeah, I was very upset when it happened. I was very frustrated and very angry, and I honestly should be. I just kind of feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm lucky that my angels made sure nothing happened, because when his shadow swallowed me up like that, like, I don't know. If I had to pee, I would have probably peed my pants. Like, I'm not even kidding. That energy just felt so dark and just so evil. Like, I honestly wonder what he would have done if I hadn't turned around, because when he came up on me like that, he didn't say a word. He was so close, and yet he said absolutely nothing. Like, he had intentions of doing something. And after that night, I've been having these very vivid, very dark, very gruesome dreams. And I'm like, did he have intentions of hurting me? Like, what would he have done if I didn't turn? Seriously, would he have grabbed my arm? Would he have hit me? Like, because I know he wouldn't have tapped me on the shoulder and be like, excuse me, madam, because, you know, and plus, even if he did do that, like, that's still scary. He still shouldn't touch me. But whatever. I just really feel like Spirit was looking out for me, because when I continued walking, he didn't keep following me after that point. I just went home, and after that, I haven't seen him again, and I have really high hopes that I never see him again my entire life of existence. And I really hope that anyone who's had an experience similar to this, like that, they are okay, they are protecting themselves, and they don't have to worry about something like that ever happening to them again, because it was very uncomfortable. I feel almost dramatic with the fact that I was shaking, but like, why do I feel dramatic? Why don't I feel like I should be scared, you know? Like, society makes it seem like when something does happen to a woman, we asked for it, it was our fault, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just like, why isn't the world safer? Like, why do we have to worry about things like, oh, this guy followed me home, oh, I almost got murdered today? Like, why is that a thing that we have to stress about? Like, that's just so frightening, you know? That's so weird. Like, obviously, it's such a norm for people to do illegal things, or for people to do violent things, to the point where we literally live our day-to-day lives expecting it. And that's just not cool. But I just want to leave this all in the past and kind of stay optimistic and stay like positive, because like I don't have to worry about the opposite routes that could have gone, because I didn't go down that way. I went home and I'm safe, and that's all that matters. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to rant about that because I felt like it would probably help my dreams and make me feel more comfortable like existing, because the next day I was a little weirded out and kind of scared to leave the house. But now I feel okay again, and I just feel like we shouldn't let experiences like that keep us down, and we also shouldn't feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't have been going outside at night. I mean, no, I shouldn't have, but why not?